What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Ark Survival Evolved, where we will be building our base. I got the stuff back, and so I'm figuring at this point, this is a really good time for me to just like sit down and make sure that we have a base, we have a fallback point. So in a survival situation, obviously you're not going to be crafting like a full hut out of random stuff you found around, not unless you're really filled with ingenuity. However, you just want to be aware of tides and things like that if you're going to be next to the ocean like this. Tides can be really aggressive depending on the time of the year, and you can end up in some very severe situations. So just keeping the tide in mind, I would build up a little bit higher like so, just a little bit of ways. You can generally tell where the tide ends anyways just by looking, so it's not that big of a deal. I wanted to go 3x3 on this, and so I might actually go like this so that it's upraised. That's not a bad plan either. I think that might actually work out just fine for me. Can't place that thatch floor obstructed. It shouldn't be obstructed. Should be fine. Should be totes fine. So why won't that work right there? I got like an odd... Wait, did it blow up the last one? Hold on, why won't you go off the edge right there? Can I not build it on... Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, well I may have messed this up somehow. But... still obstructed. Oh, so you gotta find like really flat land to do this on. That's a little bit concerning because there is not a lot of flat land around here. So, now that I've laid that down, I assume that it would be like in other games where it puts it up just on higher stilts when you build out. That assumption appears to have been very wrong. And so now I'm faced with a situation. I guess I'll drop that right there. We're just going to make do with what we have for right now. I'm going to turn this into a corridor instead. It's going to be ugly. It's not going to be something that I enjoy looking at, but I can't waste this many parts. I've already laid stuff down, so it just needs to happen this way. So we're just going to make ourselves a big, long corridor, and that'll be the best that we could do for right now. I can't really change it up too much. We might be able to do something with the foundations on this side. Is it because of the trees that it doesn't like it? Wow, that's a little bit weird. I don't know if it's actually supposed to. Maybe it's just being a little bit weird right now, but I don't know. I thought it'd be like in other games where the stilts just get a little bit higher and it flattens it out all by its lonesome. I am definitely intrigued by what has gone wrong here. I wish I could get it to work, but oh well. We'll just make like we'll make a longhouse basically. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what we're making right now. I would rather have a little bit of cover right here. Looks good, looks good. Can we make any more walls? We need one more wall, so let's craft that. I already made a door frame. We leveled up, so we should probably get on top of that too. I think the next thing that I'd like to put some points into... Does melee damage work for all of your... Is that only for taming? That's the other thing. So if I do that, it's 5% increase. I don't know if that's only for taming or if it's for all melee weapons, including spears or whatever. The next thing we're missing is a thatched door, so I would figure that's probably a good call. We've got 17 engram points. We'll go in on a storage box because I'm tired of carrying our stuff around. Then we'll go in on a slingshot too because I think being able to fight things at range is probably a smart idea as well. Now that that's been all rounded out, because I was feeling like the whole thing was getting a little bit edgy before, the next thing that I wanted to do, we'll make the thatch door real fast. We'll craft that on up. Crafting things really good for getting your XP up. I've been like really surprised how rapidly I've been leveling up while just gathering and doing random tasks around. I think we have a thatch wall right there. I'll probably put it down on this end, I guess. And then since this area is a little bit closer to the ground, I don't really... Ooh, that Chug-a-Dug-Dug. Okay. I don't know how to make a ceiling either, but we'll figure that out. Maybe if we can go up to another layer, we'll be able to make like a second floor, and this thing will be super weird looking, like some kind of Tetris piece when you look at it from the side. But up until then, let's go ahead and take that right there. Good. And then we've got the thatch door. We'll drop that into play, and so now we've got a safe zone. I like the way that it swings out, too. It looks like the door is really weak. How much HP do these things have? 1,600? Okay. Well, we've got space to do stuff. I mean, not that much room, but it's a little bit. For the storage box, what do we need? 25 wood. Easy peasy. Let's go take care of it. I want to start storing some stuff in my house so we can start making surplus gear. Just making sure that all the things we need are already here when we get back from a res or from a death or whatever else. I should have made a sleeping bag as well, but it's something I didn't think about until it was too late, so maybe I should have taken that. But so far, we seem to have gotten a lot of the vitals in. Now that we got the wood right there, let's make the storage crate. I'm going to make some resource storage crates, basically. That's pretty much what this is for, so that like all the random wood and everything, I don't get caught carrying that around. We'll craft that right there. In order to make ourselves a slingshot, I think we need hide, so that's going to be a big problem for us. Got a storage box added. Let's go ahead and put that where the foundations go. We can put like maybe some of our building materials, some of our other stuff inside here. Because we're playing single player, we don't have to worry about anything coming by and destroying our stuff, so I'm just going to place it down right there. I'm playing single player for a reason. First and foremost, the Steam servers have been down for like an hour and a half, and this is like my designated recording time, and so I got to get the work done. I don't really have much of a choice. The other half of it is that it gives me an opportunity to learn the game without having to worry about people running up on me every 5 seconds, you know, clipping me with random things, and so we've got that all down. That's looking good. I don't really want any of the narco berries. I would drop those. I'm not going to use those for anything, I don't think. Same with the stim berries. They both have pretty sizable side. I think the stim berries are good if you're a little bit tired, but whatever. I'll also throw some stones in here because it's a good plan. And then for right now, we need to go hunting. So let's go do that. Until we kill a couple of things, I've noticed that when you get out this way, so I did a little bit of scouting in between episodes. When you get out that way, you'll forgive me as I fiber up right now. I'm just going to walk and like harvest like so while we talk. Ooh, 10 fiber from 1 bush. That's pretty damn good. All the fiber you could ever want. So anyways, I noticed that down this way there's these big alligator monster things once you cross this location right here. I additionally need to hunt stuff so I can get some new shoes. I died again in between episodes. It's been a wreck. This game is one of the few games I've actually seen though that's a survival game. So typically what happens, here's the hierarchy of survival games. People run around, they do some stuff, they get some basic gear, and then they start griefing each other. Because there's nothing to threaten them in the game. In this game, there is definitely something that can threaten you at any given moment. You just got to watch out for it. But there are a lot of separate things that can kill you in this game. And so I think that this game runs a pretty good chance of having people band together for once instead of killing each other, because there's some pretty big hunts out there. There's some pretty big things to take down from the screenshots that I've seen. I mean, just the Carnosaur by itself is horrifying when that thing runs up on you in the dark. Scared the hell out of me at the end of the first episode. So anyways, or the second episode? I don't know. Either way, it was horrifying and it was not fun at all. Marberries have gone bad. That's a little bit unfortunate, but I think we're going to be all right here. Let me go ahead and grab some fibers for right now. Fiber, fiber, fiber. Get that fiber rolling. If it won't roll, ball it. Rawhide. All right, so we got that right there. If we could find ourselves just about anything, we would be in a better situation. We need to find dodos. We need to find dilos. We need to find, you know, any monster that we can get our hands on that we can kill. I think is going to benefit us in the long term because we have no hides right now. And so that's going to be the big thing that keeps us from accomplishing just about anything. So there it is. And before we go out on a hunt, I'm actually going to start to I'm going to start to think that maybe it's a good idea for us to start leaving things at home before I go on a hunt, just in case things go wrong. This guy over here, these don't fight back. I think that if I go after this parasaur... Our spear broke, and I don't think I have... What am I missing? Wood? It broke on the first swing. I've never used that spear before, and it broke on the first swing. I would say that maybe they should make it so that your spear gets at least like a bare minimum, like 3 to 4 stabs before it breaks. I can see why they made it break, because it's supposed to be like an improvised weapon. But still, I have like a real abundance of situations in which it breaks after the first strike, like every single time. So anyways, it's just something that like, it becomes cumbersome. I guess you could just make more of them if you wanted to, I guess. You can also throw them if you wanted to go up like that, but oh, I wouldn't recommend it. That one's a male. Is it going to attack me? What am I missing now? I'm missing wood. It's always wood that I'm missing. Okay. So he's going to hang out over on that side. I'm just going to keep an eye on him. Don't throw your spear. It's kind of a waste of time. Wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't do like bonus damage from what I can tell. All it does is like guarantee that you're going to lose your spear. And I don't want to lose my spear. Where did he go? We got a pterodon out there. Got some dodos over here. It appears as though the hunt has been lost. What I would like to see is maybe the addition of like a blood trail for things that you've been hunting. Kill you real fast. I'm going to let these two gather up next to me so that I can kill them all in the same spot. Where did that dodo's body go? Oh, it's down there. Okay. So now I'm going to try and be talented about the way I target my dodos so they all fall down to the same spot so we can get a bunch of hides very, very rapidly. And so we'll just kind of like shuffleboard them around, I guess. And so down they go. Was that the last dodo? I think there's one right there that's still coming in to reinforce. Not the smartest critters, but then again, they are called dodos, so whatever. Extinct in real life. Extinct in game if I can help it. I need these hides. Actually, that sort of depresses me. Like, dumb animals don't deserve to be extinct any more than any other. It's just kind of... Dodos, I think, got hunted out, though. I think it's because they were just so easy to catch that they got hunted out real easy because they had actually... So what that's called, I forget. There's a specific word for it. in biology where a critter that has had no predators before is naturally unadapted to the situation. So the critter doesn't fear anything because nothing comes in and kills it. They had the same problem in Hawaii back in the day with a lot of like the ground birds that lived there. And then what happened is when settlers came and people came from the Western world, they brought rats and things like that with them that are very, very intelligent. And then all of the biota that were on the islands had no way to defend against that because they had never had a predator before. And so they were absolutely 100% adapted to just kind of like consume food and exist. There was nothing for them to worry about. And so they went extinct very, very rapidly because they were the easiest meal ever. Not necessarily by natural design, just sort of by accident. We brought rats with us. We brought cats with us. So rats and cats both. That adaptation is actually manifested most in birds in Hawaii because they leave their nests undefended or they make their nests on the ground because there was no such thing as rats there. And so when rats arrived, the rats just walked up and like, are you serious right now? And they just picked up the eggs off the ground, and that was that. There was nothing you could do about it. Additionally, cats were an apex, well, pretty much an apex predator anyways for the area. So this Phiomia over here, if we can hunt it, let's make this saddle real fast. I want to see if the Phiomia can be ridden. Like, how can we use the Phiomia to make our job easier? And so let's make ourselves a saddle real fast. Now that that's done, we can actually still make a slingshot too. So craft ourselves a slingshot. The slingshot uses stones. The stones are really, really heavy. So just be aware that as you use the slingshot, you're going to have to carry around like a ton of stones with you if you actually want to use it. I don't know how the saddle functions. A Phiomia saddle. It doesn't go in a quick slot. Equip a Phiomia with this to ride it. Alright, so we're going to go in for experimentation one more time on this Phiomia over here. It might be, let me get my hydration back up because we might be chasing it for a little while. And if we end up being dehydrated, I don't have to break off the pursuit. Alright, stick our head underwater for just a second. There's a turtle over there. I also wonder how like aggressive the turtles are. We might be able to take down a turtle. Alright, Phiomia. I wish for you to be my friend. You will be my pet and there's nothing you can do about it. It's a male. If I can make this happen, it would be great. Okay, so I need to access its inventory. We open the inventory. We have our saddle. We put that right there. And then how does this work? Put food in inventory to tame. So I'm assuming that given its tusks, it might just be... I'm going to take my saddle back real quick. Okay, so how does this work? Like, how do we know if it's tame? Taming effectiveness, 65%. Oh, it takes a while. Okay. So if I punch it again, it knocks it the hell back out. I feel like such a dick right now. This is such like old school training methods from like the 1800s. You'd be like, if it doesn't listen, beat it until it listens. I'm like, no, I want it to be my friend. I want it to rely on me. Oh, this is gonna be so sick. Phiomia time. Are you down for the Phiomia? I am down for the Phiomia. It is about to be a day's work well done. I don't know how, if I put more in there, does it go faster? Oh, wow, it's going through. Okay, give it some miho berries. I got a bunch of amar berries, too. So it should be able to just kind of like, maybe narco berries would help, too. I don't know. I've got lots of food on me right now, so I really see no problem with giving it like a big amount. Punch it in the head one more time, make sure it doesn't like, oh, it actually loses training effectiveness when I do that, though. I wonder if there are things that it likes better. Huh. Well, I'm going to gather up some more things just in case. I bet I don't want to give it the stim berry. That's like nature's meth, and I don't want this thing to fly off and try and murder me. It should just... I like the taming system, but I feel like a dick punching it in the head over. It is kind of badass, though, that we punched a giant animal until it fell over and then, like, loaded its inventory up with random stuff. So you don't want to punch it when it's already down because it breaks the training effectiveness. So apparently further abuse. You've got, like, the first little just kind of, like, stint of ass-kicking, and then any abuse past that appears to drop the training effectiveness by a pretty substantial amount. I don't know if... Do you like thatch or grass, or, like, what does it like? It's eating a lot of food right now, so I don't know. This is a good time for us to go gather other things anyways, so let's grab some of these little guys over here. I need fibers, I need like flax, I need everything that I can get right now. I'll protect him for a little while. I'm a little bit worried that some other predator is going to come along and try and take advantage of this. Looks like we have a very, very easy cache over on that side that we can go after. How much XP do you get for training an animal? You'd figure that would be kind of a big deal as far as survivalism goes. Husbandry is the official word for that for any of the kids that might not know. Training effectiveness is a little bit low. I don't know how we make this better, though. What's he doing with the inventory right now? He's going through the food pretty quick. Does he like thatch? What does he eat? I wish I knew. I think there's like a guidebook or something around here. Survivor profile. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I think there's like a guidebook around here somewhere. Oh, we can make our own map markers? Oh my god. Okay, so we should actually be doing some cartography while we're here too. I'm actually doing this a very, very foolish way, which is a little bit ill-advised. I would highly, highly, highly recommend you learn how to map. Seriously. Learning how to map is a great skill. It's fantastic, and I think everybody should know it. And I don't say that just as somebody who, like, maps stuff. That's what geologists do, is we make maps. And so anyways, that's like 80% of our job if you're like the average geologist anyways. If you're the average employed geologist, that's what you're going to end up doing. But still, let's go ahead. We'll take the thatch right there. Okay, looking good. A little bit more thatch just in case I need to make roofs or anything else. Used to be a roofer as well, in case people were wondering. Taming effectiveness seems really, really low right now. Yeah, the punching definitely doesn't help. The punching seems to be kind of a problematic thing here. So maybe it's more just picking things that they like. I don't know. We got consumables over there. A couple more Amar berries. I don't think that he likes those, though. Huh. We might have to take another stab at this. I don't know if the taming job's going to be done before he runs out of unconsciousness. I would have to look and see. So his torpor going down pretty quick. So let me count it. We got 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. About 5 seconds to do one torpor. Which means for 5 seconds... 100, 200. I just don't know. I just don't know. Got a tribe manager right there. You can just be like, oh, nope, that's not what I want. Quest. Create new tribe. Oh, yeah. I mean, I just left my tribe, so there you go. Take from that what you will. If the owner doesn't want to be in the tribe, what does that say about the rest of it? For right now, let's go gather some resources, because it's kind of a waste of time if I'm not doing something productive while we're over here. There is lots more to accomplish in this game, and we haven't even started yet, so I'm really, really hoping we'll get some big guns later on. Something that will allow us to do battle with some of the nastier critters out there, although how we're going to make it happen, I don't know. Maybe build, like, pedestals or something that we can hunt from? That's the only thing that I can think of, maybe. Chop down another tree or two. Actually, I think what I need more is thatch. So let's go ahead and work on that. Thatching seems to be the thing that I'm always out of. And then on top of that, fibers seem to be very, very short in supply. We don't have a lot of hides left. Kind of a disappointing turn of events. And we need 6 in order to get some of this other stuff done. I wonder if there's any smaller creatures around. So if I stand next to him... Is he still eating? So where's our training efficiency at? It looks like it's gone. Maybe it's because I walked out. Maybe it's because I walked out of range or something. I don't know. Let's go ahead and finish the thing off. I need the hides anyways, and we'll try again in just a minute. If I can get it tamed, that's how you do it basically right there. But I think there's a little bit of trial and error involved. We probably get a bunch of hides off this big guy. Enough that, at least a couple of meats. There it is. Wow. That thing provided. Remind me to kill more Phiomias. So anyways, did I get my stuff back? He dropped a little crate on the ground, didn't he? So there's his inventory. It decomposes after a little while. A little bit disappointing, but that's okay. We'll give it another try in just a minute. There's plenty of Phiomias around. It's not like they're super rare or anything. I guess I just have to sit there and train him. I don't know. I have to sit there and maybe nurse him or something. I'm not really sure exactly. I probably haven't because I went out of range, and so that undid the training or something. What about you? A Parasaur. He's pretty good at outrunning me. I don't think I want to mess with him right now. Let's go back to the house for just a second. Can you train a turtle? Oh, that would be so badass to have a Carbonemus. I want to ride a turtle right now. Anybody else want to ride a turtle with me? It sounds awesome, does it not? Ride the turtle. Oh, yeah. Alright, well, let's head back for just a minute. I'll try and find another one. And if I can't get it trained in this episode, I'll try and get one on the next episode. I think that's the same one that we knocked out last time. And it respawned over here somehow. Where did we end up going with my... Is it over here? Where's our base at? There it is. I was going to say. It seems a little bit odd that it hasn't showed up yet, but I don't know. I'm not going to panic just yet. Instead, what I would actually say we should do... Come over here. That Triceratops is trapped in between those trees. I could actually punch it into submission if I wanted to. But for right now... Let's go ahead and craft up some shoes one more time. Ah, taking a giant dummy. You see, she got into it right there. She's like, ooh, she enjoyed it. Hey, no judgments from me. Part of being human. Part of being human. We'll make a water skin real fast. All right, we got that little bit of charcoal in there that I think I will take back as well. So take that to the inventory. Let's go ahead. And I'm actually going to drag. It says to control, drag, stack, split 1. I don't think control drag's doing it. So we got stack to split in half or detach. So that right there knocks it in half. So let's do that. We got a bunch of meat that I'd like to cook up. And so if we could put that in a stack, that's going to be something that we can just like wait on. I don't know if I have to sit here and babysit it or not. But the second that gets done... Oh, we're out of water. Okay, let me jump up into the agua then. I think I can... Can I get my face underwater right here? It doesn't look like I can. Not deep enough. Unfortunately, it just hasn't gotten that philosophical background that it needs in order to be deep enough right now. We're overheating again. We're also doing pretty poorly as far as our hydration goes. I would stay out of deep water. There's Megalodon right there. Don't do it. Just don't do it. It's a terrible plan. They actually have a really, really long range. I thought their range would be a little bit shorter or that they wouldn't bother you unless there was blood in the water. Nope, they bother. They bother quick. In style. So, wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. That right there, a little bit of meat up inside of there. Very, very nice. Pterodon, what's going on with you? You just hanging out by my fire? That's fine. You can hang out by my fire all you want. Although you got a little stubby butt over. I like the stubby butt. Stubby butt's kind of adorable. It's definitely a design aesthetic that I can get behind. That's an adorable ass right there. That's an ass that you're just like, oh, he's cute. I want to hug him. If there were little versions of those, like Petrie from The Land Before Time, totally would have a pet one. I don't know if these will actually go bad if I leave them there. It's something that concerns me. Still, we've got a little bit of XP ticking up right there. What level are we right now? We are at level... Where's our survival level hiding at? Level 8. Okay, so we're in a tribe called Quest. That's good. Okay. Let's go back. I'm going to start training another Philomia, I guess. And then if it ends up being tamed, I will compress the video on the backside. We knocked that last one out pretty easy. And so I'm thinking if I can get it tamed, we should be alright. I'll just unload some more berries on it and see if I can make it into my friend. But there's a little bit of trial and error here because I haven't looked at any facts, any wikis, or anything. So I'm not really sure completely how it's done. Other than the fact that people suggested you punch them until they fall over. And then after that, it's all sort of a big mystery to me. It appears to be some kind of mini game with which I am not accustomed. So I'm going to continue rocking for right now. It's unfortunate that our training didn't stick. It's probably because I either punched it too much or I walked away. I was hoping that I could do other stuff while I waited for it to train. But not that big of a deal. I'll try and get another one before the next episode. And if I can make that happen, then Cap'n, we shall have ourselves a new pet. I will see you later. How do, everybody?